Right then, I'm going to do a bit of a walk around on my XTZ750, which is currently for sale. As you can see, from this sort of distance, it looks, exceptionally good condition. But I'm going to be completely honest here. There are areas that could do with a bit of improvement. But for one of these bikes of this age, it is in very good condition, as you'll see when I get closer to the frame itself, which often gets a lot of rust on. So here's the reg. I've got nothing to hide there if you want to do an HPI check, because I know it's completely clear because I have one. So you've got the standard exhaust on it, which is in pretty sound condition, although if you look on the bottom seam, well, it's just starting to drizzle a bit. There's kind of rust along the bottom seam, but it's sound at the moment. And the tank has a good shine to it, as you can see. There's the one dent I mentioned in the ad, which is, I don't know if you can probably see it here, depends if it picks up the light properly, but it's there. And instruments, so you can see the mileage, 43,864. And I've left the side panel off here just so you can see the condition of the frame, which really is very good. Very good indeed, actually. So, a good basis for a bike to be sort of gradually improved over time. It looks like somebody may have sort of touched up the swing arm at some stage in the past. I can see some brush marks here with silver paint, and there is some sort of superficial surface rust with the paint peeling up towards the shop there. But nothing structurally to worry about. And here's the rear brake area and disc. As you can see, there's plenty of meat left on that disc. It's starting to rain a bit heavier now, which is a bit annoying because I've just polished it. Right, there's a couple of marks on the tank here. So you can see one there. And where's the other one? Oh, there's a very slight, I don't know if you can pick it up on this, but there's a slight sort of, I don't know what you call it really, just a slight blemish there. It's got the original screen on it, which you probably can't even pick it up on this, but it's got a very slight yellowing from the UV over the years, I guess. There's a bit of fading to some of the paintwork as well. As you can see, this really don't know what it comes out on these, but there's a slight fading of the mudguard paint there. There's the front forks with the new gaiters, which I mentioned in the ad, which were done to preserve the new fork seals. The wheels have the normal Yamaha superficial corrosion. If I can get close in there so you can have a look. Nothing to worry about there, but with a bit of Solvol that would come up real nice, I guess, but I just haven't got the time, to be honest. Here's the exhaust area, all looking good, no signs of any blowback there at all, or leaks. And I'll see if I can get a shot actually under the engine. I left the sump guard off because I'd done an oil change, obviously, oil and filter change, just so I could check that everything was okay afterwards, and also to give you, so you can have a look and see what it's like. As I say, there's it's not a bad bike at all, really. These have dual fuel taps, one each side, because of the big lobes. They've got an excellent range, these things. Massive fuel tank, not quite as good as the 30 litre one on my GS, but not far off. So there you go, that's about it really. I'll just start it up. This is from cold as well. There you go. On the choke, just get the choke down a bit. Just leave it with a little bit of choke for a minute. So there you go. It starts up fine. Just give it a gentle rev, not much, because she's on choke still. So there you have it. Good honest bike really. She goes through the gears perfectly well. The brakes are what these brakes are like. They're not brilliant, to be honest with you. They weren't on the 660 I had, but you know, as long as you're not riding like an idiot, they're perfectly adequate. Anyway, that's it. So if you're interested, oh, one last thing I mentioned about the seat cover. Here you can see it's got some gaffer around where it touches the tank, where it's worn through. To be honest with you, I think it's probably one of the cheaper covers somebody's put on in the past, and it's a bit, I don't know if you can see when I press it there, it's, you know, they're quite thick, non-compliant sort of material, and that could probably do with changing, to be honest, but they're not a lot of money and fairly simple to do. Oh, and it still has its tool tray top, which is quite rare on these. They're like rocking horse doo-doo, so that's still present and correct. And that's about it, really.